Hey, what's up, gang? It's Adam and Lowery from the Commander Smiths, and it's a little secret lair. We got surprised with this one today, didn't we, Lowery? We weren't expecting to do this right before Thanksgiving.
Right, a little, but if they're gonna, it sounds like it's starting on Monday,
Right.
so they want you to know.
Right. Yeah, so this sucker is going to be live and ready to go Monday. So we're just going to break this down really quick. We're going to try to keep this pretty short, get you guys back to your Thanksgiving stuff, and help you decide if you want to buy this or not.
Isn't the Wednesday before Thanksgiving like the second largest drinking night of the year?
I
in
think
America?
it's the biggest. I just was hearing today. It's called Blackout Wednesday.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I would have figured New Year's Eve was the biggest. Like that
Yeah.
seems hard to
No,
compare.
I think it's right before Thanksgiving because people are
Right-
coming
right
back
now.
Right now, yeah. So don't go driving. I ran to the liquor store and got myself some beer beforehand so I could have it for this. But yeah. So okay. So we are going to be breaking down this Secret Lair. We have this is the second Commander deck this year, which I think they did like 4 or 3 last year, and this is only the second one because they did the Cats and Dogs in January, February. And then it's this one. So we had Angels before that, but that was in the fall. So what we're going to do is we're going to break this down. It's a little tougher to do the break points in this like we normally do with the Secret Layers, but we'll still kind of have that. But what we're going to do at the end is we're going to show you the new card, not new cards, the new treatment of cards, some of the notables in it, and then do a breakdown of all that. And then we can kind of do is it worth it or not?
So this Secret Lair Commander deck, like you're saying, we've had a couple more you had the flip coin, you had the Angels, you had the Cats and Dogs. What else? It probably doesn't matter at this point, but this one is 20 ways to win. We're going to show off, not the full deck list, but you can go check this out on Magic or anywhere that you get your...
I'll link it to
your
our
decks.
to our video
kind of
too.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. But basically this is going to give us a lot of old arts on the you win the game cards.
Yeah, I don't know how this deck, like the other decks seem to work well. Like they were good decks out of the box.
Yeah.
This seems more like, hey, you want pieces of these? Just tear this thing apart and put it in their decks that you want. Like
Right.
I don't know if they're gonna work together. I'm curious to see
the
it.
Shrine deck doesn't work with the Maze deck, and the Maze deck doesn't work with the Gain Life deck.
Yeah.
And it's I mean I guess it can, but I would guess playing this out of the box would be messy as fuck.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Well, I'm
it's
curious.
not
We should
gonna
try
work.
it. I think we should try just to see how it all works out.
Sure.
Really quick before we get started here, please make sure you give this a like. If you're watching right now, give it a like. We have serial thumbs downers, and as Renshai said, do we get notified when someone thumbs down? Yes, we do. No, we don't. I mean, yes.
It pops up right there. It says subscriber and then thumbs down or Ren Shy.
Yeah. So please
what it'll say.
give it a like, and if you aren't subscribed to our channel, please do so. That helps us out more than you know, especially the thumbs up. The thumbs up really does help because we do have the serial thumbs downers. There's at least 2 or 3 of them. So, all right, Larry, let's get this bad boy started. Again, like you said, Monday, December 2nd, sucker's going live. For us, it's 11 o'clock Central. For others, it says 9 a.m. What is that, Pacific? Is it Eastern? Whatever. Eastern, somewhere on here.
One.
That has nothing to do with the reading.
We got to be able to read time zones here, brother.
Let's see. I always remember it. PA. So Pacific is 9 a.m. A is Atlantic. So I think it's 9 a.m.
It is 9
a.m.
West
Pacific.
Coast.
Yes, Pacific. There we go. Anyways, don't hit that button again. All right, so we got 100 cards in this bad boy.
Hello, boobies.
Well,
There we go. How about that one?
I like that one. Again,
11 o'clock.
With these, the other Commander decks were the same. They already started that format of limited supply. So these are going to probably sell out. I would most likely think that. There's 10 new full art rainbow new treatment cards that we're getting in this. 2 full art shrines in rainbow foil tokens. 1 thick commander.
Right.
Yep, 1 thick commander card like they get with the precons and everything.
Is it the 5-color shrine one?
Yes, Go Shintai is going to be our 1 thick one there. 16 Secret Lair stamp non-foils, which means they're going to have the little, the more you know star kind of thing, that they do with the secret. It's not the more you know, but it's the shooting star. And then they have the 74 Planeswalker non-foils, and then 10 non-foil double-sided tokens. I think that's everything. The only thing that we don't know is the bonus card. They are going to have a bonus card. If they don't, then that'd be the first time ever they didn't have a bonus card for Secret Lairs.
Right.
From past decks, the bonus cards have mattered. Like, they're actually pretty decent bonus cards.
I mean, the flip card one was either a basic land of a mountain or an island.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that mattered. I mean, it was cool art, I guess.
Right.
But
Dude, those are going for like $30-$40 just for one. It was ridiculous. And it had a coin on it.
I mean, right away, but I don't think they are now.
I don't know. I think they're still high up there. I mean, that was...
It doesn't matter.
Oh, whatever. We're not going to look at it. Okay. All right, so we got 100 cards here. Let's talk about the 10. The 10 that we're gonna the 10 full art
new
arts.
arts.
Yeah. So the first one will be. Go ahead, Larry. You take us away on this.
Yeah, Go Shentai of Life's Origin. This is the shrine legend. Basically, you can pay Wooburg, return target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield, and then you win the game by if you control. No. This isn't even a.
It's not a win the game. No, it's the commander for.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
it's the commander for it. Well, okay.
I didn't. Well, okay. In what we normally do with Secret Lair stuff, I looked at nothing, and Adam did all the work here. So that's why he tries to have me to read.
Right. Yeah, you're the reader because then I don't have to get the button hit on me all the time.
But you can Wooburg, bring an enchantment back from the graveyard to the battlefield. That's a little rough, but it gives you one of every color, right? That's why it's the lead general here.
It is, in fact, the fifth most played 5-color general in Commander, and the 32nd overall, like taking all the commanders. So that's not bad.
All right. And so you get little 1/1 shrine enchantments for every shrine that you have. That's pretty cool.
So when this came out, it was pretty expensive because you could only get it I don't remember. There was a certain, I gotta remember Kamigawa.
Oh, you could only get it in
collector's
boosters? Packs.
Yeah. So it was expensive. It's dropped down. I currently have this as a $10 plus card. It might be higher than what I'm thinking, but the one that you can pick up now is right around $7. So the commanders tend to go higher than what I guess. Oh, there you go. There's the shrine. This is one of the foil.
That's pretty cool.
Shrines. So you get 2 of these tokens here, and then you get the flip tokens.
Those shrine tokens are almost $7 as well.
Yeah,
because they were short printed.
Yep. So that's also a rainbow foil there. Okay, so now let me move down to. We'll just start pulling these up. Okay, there's the next one.
Beldar Guardian. That's where if you have
Sovereign.
What did I say? Guardian.
Yeah.
Is that the blinky one?
Yeah. All right. Oh, you know what?
What?
She can't even read.
That's me.
No, the funny thing is on this one, I priced it out with the Guardian. So we're going to X-nay the price on this one because I did Guardian. For some reason, I did that as well. Because I have it as, we already have a Secret Lair one because it was in that awesome art with the Guardian one, with that gal, that new artist. Yep, so
great notes there.
Yeah, so this
different one.
I'm going to guess. I'm just going to say this.
Anybody here looking for advice on financial? We still know what we're talking about. Just a little disorganized, I guess.
So this one, I would say is like a $10 card. I'm just guessing right now. I had it as
Beldar Sovereign is the one where you can win the game if you have 40 or more life, which is great in Commander. It's almost like cheating basically, but it's like, is it like a fox with ranch antlers? I don't know.
Everything's supposed to be the
raccoon based, right?
Raccoon. Yeah.
Is that a raccoon?
Yeah,
a shaved raccoon.
I think it was in the middle of summer.
Pomeranian.
So you know how dogs have to get shaved. Some of well, at least our dog had to get shaved, and he looked like a little lion. That's what they did.
If they don't shed,
yeah, that's what happened here.
Do raccoons not shed? I would assume that they shed. They can't get. They're wild animals.
I don't know.
They don't get a haircut.
I don't know.
Why does it look like a Pomeranian? I don't know.
Let's go to the next.
I don't get it.
So I think that one's probably gonna be a $10 plus card. I don't know. I mean, that's probably where that one's at. That's the only pricey one I didn't get, and I had it as a $10 with the Sovereign. I have it as a $10 anyways. So. That's typically the bottom line with a lot of these is $10. Okay, so this little guy. This one's
Triska Delafile.
There we go.
God damn it. All right, you win the game if you have more than so many cards in your hand. Right?
Exactly 13 cards in your hand. You
exactly
win
13 cards.
at the beginning of your
And this
upkeep.
is also raccoon art.
Yep.
And I don't know if I get this one either.
What? Okay, so
it looks like a little kitty, like a Halloween kitty.
They're playing Magic. I think that's what they're doing and drinking.
I see the goblin.
Yeah.
It's probably the same artist that did all the goblins.
They're,
but that looks like a Halloween kitty.
It's a raccoon. And anyways, this one's
I understand.
This one's in 59,000 EDH rec decks, which is crazy. I didn't think it would be in that many decks, but hey, it's in 59,000. This is probably about a $15 card at this point. I think can get it might be higher than that. Again, I'm kind of going off of like the baseline of stuff, but not like the basic, non-foil, whatever. You got to compare it to foils, and if they have a special printing, then you can see likewise. So this one, about a $15 card. All right, the next one I got to kind of scroll down because it's in the next group right there. You're gonna rip this one too.
No, I like that one. Approach of the Second Sun.
This one,
you gain a 7 life. If you cast it again, you win the game.
He's eating eggs.
What's wrong with that? That looks like a legitimate raccoon.
That looks like
if
you.
They wanna,
that's
if
your
they
breakfast.
Want side up. I'm okay. I accept that as an egg eating method. Those look delicious. I would eat that.
It does look delicious.
Right.
So approach.
Who the fuck cooked that raccoon eggs right there?
He did.
I wish I was drinking. No, there's no way.
What?
You know how gross that would be to be around, like close to fire, that much fur?
Well, why you have to be on fire? Why doesn't he have a stove? I mean,
well, that's what I'm saying. When you're around fire and you have that much fur, have you ever smelled burning hair?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, why can't it be on the stove? People are like, why? We want this secret layer. You guys are breaking down the pictures. Okay, so this is approaches in 82,000 EDH rec decks. We do have a secret layer printing of that one. We did have a bunch of special ones. Again, this one's probably going to be around a $10 card. We got the cutest art with it, so I think it has that going for it.
Yeah, I like this one.
But yeah, it doesn't have... it isn't really high priced like a lot of these are, which is the interesting thing with the special treatment ones. All right. You can't deny that that's not a raccoon.
That's a legitimate raccoon. I like it. And it's wearing
a sombrero,
Mexican skin cap.
I don't know.
It got its revenge. I don't know. All right, what is this? This is having like a color and a creature type of everything, and you win the game?
Yeah, something like that.
Is that how this one works?
Permanence at
I
the
can't
battlefield. I can't even read it. At the beginning, I'm getting really close, camera. There are more. The reason why we don't know this one is because there's only 3,000 decks that actually play this damn card.
I know this is from Throne of Eldraine,
right.
But it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
How about that?
There's a lot of stuff into it. But $5 card, that's what I kind of have that at. This one, I love this one. Art, everything. We needed this. This is probably the most expensive card in this one, this whole drop here. But go ahead. What do we got here?
All right, Revel in Riches, and that does look really, really good. I'll admit that one. But if you, at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 10 or more treasures, you get to win the game. Yeah.
Whatever
really
creature
cool.
an opponent controls dies, you get the treasure. It's a really good card for treasure stuff. So that is in 86,000 EDH rec decks, and it's a $30 card, man. I mean, even the basic version of this, I think, was around that $20 mark. So I think...
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was 16 to $20, and so then the foil ones were 30 plus. So I put this one at about $30. So I think this is our big number. This is our big card in this set, which is interesting because our other ones, if you look at the Cats and Dogs one, we had some $50 cards in there, some $40 cards. We only have this one as the top end with the 30, but we have a lot of like middle, which is what we've been seeing with the Secret Layers lately, right? You made that comment with Secret Layer stuff.
They're not doing the top end as high, but they're trying to find some middle ground.
Yep.
And they got a lot of stinkers in there too. But
all right, so
Helix Pinnacle.
Yeah.
That's a lot of food. Helix Pinnacle has Shroud. It's a one green enchantment. And then you can pay X and put X counters on it. When you have 100 or more counters on it, you win the game.
At your upkeep, yep. So
at your upkeep.
20,000 EDH rec decks. This is actually surprisingly a $20 card. So the basic version of it is like 14. And this is a pretty sweet art there. I've never used it. I've had a couple times where I've wanted to, and then it just gets cut right away. It's not really one that you really.
Yeah. I think you have to be on a huge mana production deck for that one. Something like the blue-green god.
Yeah.
And
Or
stuff like that can hold stuff over.
Doubling season stuff because it is putting counters, right? Yeah. So you're wanting to.
Yeah, you could double up on stuff like that. But next one, Simic Ascendancy. This is the one where you have. Is it 20 or more counters, or is it
20
just 10?
or more growth counters on it? You win the game.
Yeah, but whenever you put a 1/1 counter on anything, you get to put a growth counter on that.
Yeah.
So if you have 20 or more counters, you win the game. That's pretty damn easy.
This one's pretty easy to hit that win the game one. And the art's pretty cool. I dig it. Big raccoon, cartoon looking raccoon. Simic Ascendancy, 59,000 EDH rec decks. I put it at $5 plus. I think this will be higher because this one gets used quite a bit. Like I have this index, out of all.
It does, but it's only like a $2 card anyway at best.
Yeah. So that's why I have it at $5 plus. When I'm calculating this all out, I'm calculating it out on the $5. Then we move over to, I got to get up to the top because it's this guy. We got another Soul Ring. Always get these Soul Rings. Soul Ring has every special treatment in this. So
yeah, so that taps for 2 colorless and the most used card in.
Yeah.
But I mean, this
one drop tournament, it didn't even make it in there because we couldn't use it because it
didn't make it in there. Not even good enough.
What do you think about this art? Do you think this is okay? Just so people know, Soul Rings with Secret Lairs, the bottom end is typically around 20. The high end gets to $40, $50, $60. Where do you feel this art is? Do you think that they're cute enough with the raccoons getting the gold coin that it puts you towards the higher end? Where would you guess this would probably
For me
be?
personally, it's lower end.
Yeah, that's how I kind of put it.
Okay.
I put it at between 20 and $30. I do like the art, like Wrench was saying, love the art. I just don't know if it's going to draw as many people in. We have a lot of, like, to give you an idea, the Cats and Dogs one, I estimated that one at 40, but that was a flipped Soul Ring, and that sucker's at like 50 or 60 at this point. So I don't think this is at that level. But yeah, I think it's in that $20 to $30 range, which is still good. That's still good. That's $20 right there in your pocket.
Right. I mean, it's value in there if you do or don't want it.
Yep. Let's see what else we got. One last card for our cool art stuff, and it's Maze's End.
Maze's End. If you have, you win the game by having 10 mazes on the battlefield.
Gates, isn't it?
What's that?
Isn't it gates?
Oh, gates.
If
What
you
I
have
say,
10
mazes?
Yeah. Maze Abyss.
Whatever.
Maze. What's the other maze?
Yeah. So gates. It's 4 gates. I think you only have like 12 or 13 total gates at this point anyway.
They
Maybe
did.
up to
They did
15.
put all the gates in here, so they at least
all of them.
I think so. I looked at it. It's gate. There's a ton of gates they threw in here. So, okay. So those are the main guys. Oh, this one, $15 plus. It's in 31,000 EDH rec decks. I think this will be the premium version of that one because it really doesn't have a good treatment for that. So that's why I gave it a $15 plus. So with all of the new stuff, including the tokens, we're looking at about $170 just in the new treatment art if you're going off the base of all.
And that kind of just pays for itself right
there.
there because it's $150 for this deck, right?
Yeah. So again, it kind of happens with those pre-cons where it's like, is there enough cards where 3 of these cards can pay for the whole thing, or how many cards do we need to do where you can keep everything else? Well, this one, if you sold all of the cards, the main guys, which I wouldn't want to do, I'd prefer to keep the main guys and sell the other stuff, but the main guys pay for the whole thing, so that's kind of nice. So the next part, we're not going to show all the cards. I'm just going to kind of tell you what they are and pricing of them, but it's the $10 plus cards. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Auroch Champion, Heliod's Intervention, Seedborn Muse, the Hug Brothers. What are do you even know how to say that name? Because I don't want you to hit the button on me.
I'd have to actually see.
Kaina. Let's see if we can get this.
Oh,
it
was
there. It is. Kainios.
Kenios and Tyros.
Hit the button.
She can't even read.
Surprisingly, this only has the one printing from the first time it was made. So this is a $19 card, which is kind of crazy.
Serious?
Yeah, that's the only printing we got of that bad boy. Then we have Reflecting Pool, Wooded Bastion, and Clever Concealment. Clever Concealment, $19 card there. That's a fantastic card. If you guys don't know what that is, let me just show you that one really quick because I like
the
this one.
Convoke.
Yeah, the Convoke. Yeah. Any number of target non-land permanents you control phase out. So it's a great protection spell for your stuff. Even if you're all tapped out, you Convoke, get your guys to tap for you, and then they're all protected. You pick any number of them. So yeah, I love this card a lot. Anyway, so all that's $108 of value with just those 8 cards. We move over to the $5 to $10 range. There's 11 of them. If you just go off the base of just their $5, I'll tell you this, they were higher than 5, but when I'm calculating this out, I go the lowest. So $55 there. We had from $3 to $5. We had 9 cards there, so $27. So total of everything, if you were to piece this all out, if you're buy listing, now when we talk about that, like these lower end ones, you're like, well, how do you move those? What we do a lot of times is we buy list stuff with when we open up pre-cons or stuff like this. The extras we send into Card Kingdom for credit. You get the credit, you buy stuff that you want. Maybe you buy some more specs. Maybe you buy something that you're missing. But the total for everything is $360. Yes, you have to do some work on the lower end stuff, but the stuff that's over 10 and the main stuff, that you're looking at $278. So you're almost a double up in just the main stuff that you could actually sell. That is before fees and everything, so you do got to kind of calculate that into this. So to give you one more idea, the Cats and Dogs, which is the most recent, which was almost a year ago at this point, that one did have a value of $540 when I estimated that out. And right now, I'm at a triple up for those. So that actually kind of held true, and I haven't sold everything yet. That kind of gives you an idea. But you have Cats and Dogs. Do raccoons fit in that same realm? I mean, how do you feel about this commander deck? With it being
they kind of went with that theme with the raccoons, like you're saying. I don't know. I do like some of the art for sure, but some of the other arts, like, I'm not a huge fan of. Like Approach to the Second Sun, I really, really like that. But again, I don't know if that's going to be a $10 card.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's really hard to guess, but the alt arts do tend to be much more pricey than what is out there already.
Yeah.
So
I think it also depends too on how fast it sells out. Like if this sells out pretty quick, then these will be higher. If this sits on their site for a couple days, then these will probably be a lot lower than we're thinking. And also print run. I mean, I don't know how fast they're sending these out. They don't have that on here from what I've seen. With everything, if they're following everything else, they should be sending these out pretty quickly. Because they learned their lesson from the coin flip deck that took like 8 months or 9 months to send out.
That was a while.
It was, but the value there's a lot of mid-range value in this. So I feel like this one, okay. One more comparison. When I compare to the Cats and Dogs one, there was only $72 of value. There was only 4 cards that were over $10. And then that was only $72. This one has that 108. And then your 5 to 10 and 3 to 5 range, that only ended up to be about $50. So there is this mid-range of like, there isn't some really top-end, really good stuff, but there's a lot of mid stuff. So I think that's good and bad. It's harder for people to get their money like right away. Like if you're just trying to make a buck off of it, try to whatever, you sell the couple high-end cards, keep the rest of it. I think this is more of a grindy one where it's like, okay, I'm going to have to piece this out to a buy list. I'm going to maybe sell these other things for $10 and eventually make your money. All that being said, how do you feel about this one? Are you wanting to buy this one? Is it worth it? I guess we got to do that.
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it?
But did you say what the value was on this? What you're projecting it to be?
360.
360.
Yeah.
You think the Cats and Dogs one you were projecting about 500?
That was 540.
In comparison to the other decks, like you're saying, where those other decks were kind of meant to be played together.
Yeah.
for me, those were harder buys because I didn't really want to buy. I didn't want to play those decks. I liked some of the cards inside of it, like Anointed Procession or Clark's Thumb. You know what I mean? Those were sweet cards, sweet art, the alt arts. But those decks were kind of a dud for me, even though there might have been value in there. Like
Right.
for this though, I'm much more intrigued by it because it feels like it can be used in a lot more scenarios. You know what I mean? Like not
the
buying
deck-
the Angels deck. I didn't build an Angel deck.
Right. This
You know
one
what I
you're
mean?
saying you would piece out though. Like, is that what you're saying?
Right.
You're not gonna
Oh, for
play,
sure,
You're not
for sure.
playing the deck. I'm using this for this deck and using these cards for this and this and that. So this one you take apart to use a lot more of the cards in it, is what you're saying.
Right. I've used multiple of these cards. I have some of it where it could just fit into a deck. Like Approach of the Second Sun can go on my Rafine deck where you cast it and then draw into it the next turn and then just
Yeah.
fucking win the game.
Yeah, it's going on my
Like-
will deck, like for sure. That's where that sucker's
Right.
sitting.
So like there are very the counter one, or with 20 counters on it. Like I've won the game with that. I
mean, the cards, I'm looking at the $10 plus cards. Those are all, like I said, Clever Concealment is fantastic. Reflecting Pool goes in a ton of decks. Homeward Path just doesn't really have that many printings. I wouldn't use the Hug Brothers. I haven't used them ever, but I know people like those decks. Seedborn Muse, used all the time. Heliod's Intervention, one of the best. Well, if it's in a life gain deck, that's fantastic, but it's a great, you can remove, spot removal for mass amounts. I love Heliod's Intervention. And then Auroch Champion.
How much is that right now?
$12, dude.
That's a $12 card now?
Yeah.
I mean, I believe it. It's
Yeah,
really
it's so good.
I love that card.
Yeah, it's so good. So, okay.
So I mean, for me, I'd say it's worth it. I will likely try and buy this because there are a lot of cards that I would want to play with. I like the old arts, and there's maybe hopefully not a ton of waste.
Yeah.
Because again, I probably don't turn stuff nearly as quick as you do. And so I run into a lot of flip card stuff that's just, they're dead cards to me. I'm like, oh, that was bad. I probably should sit down and just be like, okay, I got so many of these or whatever.
Just send it.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the same
How
boat.
about you? What are you feeling?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is like financially wise, the Secret Lair commander decks are number one. Like for just piecing out and buy listing stuff. A lot of times just the buy list stuff of the garbage, you get your money back just there. And then everything else that you sell or keep, I'm keeping all the, the face cards, but all the other ones I have. Oh, good for me. Do I have an oh good? Yeah, I do.
Oh, good for you.
So yeah, for me, I'm definitely going for this. The Secret Lair commander decks just do really, really well. And like you said, you can piece out a lot of this to use in other decks. The parts that's in the 100 isn't all you win the game stuff. It's just good cards that are in there. Like the ones that I mentioned, there's 20 others that are actually really good cards too. So, definitely getting on this one, getting up there right when it goes live, and hopefully picking a couple of these bad boys up. All right, gang. I think we're gonna wrap it up there. So let us know if you guys are gonna pick this up, and if you haven't liked this video already, please do so. You guys have a good Thanksgiving, and we'll check you guys later.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.
Suck up. Hey gang, the best way to support the Commander Smiths is make sure you slap that like button, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel. Also, check out our online store, commandersmiths.com, where we have metal tokens, mugs, t-shirts, playmats, and more.